A Wood from the hood. Yeah.
I saw.
Yeah. My mama told me stay out these streets because I'm gifted.
Alright, y'all. Fuck. There's motherfucking planes, bro. God damn. If y'all ever hear that in the background, I literally stay like 10 minutes away from the airport. They must be active this Sunday because I promise I've waited to start this video like 10 minutes and it seems like it's a plane flying over this damn place every fucking 15 seconds. But we back, y'all. This is from the hood. I'm A Wood, and we back with another episode. Bro, Southwest, can y'all figure out where y'all going? Okay. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna get right into this episode. It's gonna be probably one of my shorter videos. It's Sunday. I didn't kind of messed up my schedule. Like I keep reiterating, life be life, and so it's gonna be a quick episode. It's Sunday, 11 on another Southwest dog. That's gonna be a part of the segment today. Airplanes, because god damn, they flying over this motherfucker. Anyway, it's Sunday, September 15th, 11:09. We live in proven culture. I don't know if y'all can see that. Sunday, 11:09. Need to charge my shit, but yeah, we gonna get into these picks. I'm 0 for 1 on picks already. I did my picks Thursday right before the game started. I was gonna record, but been going through a lot of shit, and this is where I get my opportunity to record. So I had the Dolphins, of course. Dolphins lost. Unfortunate situation for Tua. Hopefully, bro, Southwest is crazy. They really flying over my fucking house. Like, this shit is crazy. But yeah, crazy unfortunate situation for Tua. Those concussions are a big problem, and he's been having a concussion issue, well documented, college and pro. So hopefully he makes the right decision for his life and his future. I mean, it's a game you love, but at the end of the day, it's not worth destroying the rest of your life for, an organization that won't care about you in 5 to 10 years, really. So, but yeah, that's kind of like, that's me looping in my Dolphins pick into me speaking on the Tua situation. But yeah, Tua, concussion. A lot of people are speaking on him to consider retirement. And that may be a good idea. It's just not worth it. You need your brain to do the cognitive functions that you're gonna need, later in life and all of this. And you scrambling and frying your brain at an early age. Bro, if this is the same plane, I'm about to be really fucking mad. Bro, every time y'all see me look up, it's me looking up at the sky and I see a Southwest plane. I don't know if they got Southwest taking off back to back to back at the airport, or this plane is real life flying over a circle. I don't think no big ass commercial plane could keep flying over a circle that goddamn quick. I don't know. The weather was kind of bad and cloudy this morning, so maybe they maybe it's clearing up and they just sending them, but it's getting real frustrating. I'm not gonna cut none of this out. This probably like, you know, a higher power giving me a special, crazy, funny, unintentionally funny segment, because it's literally, y'all literally see, like, it's 5 minutes into this recording, and I mean, that's like, you can't make this shit up. Okay, that one seemed like it's flying back though, cause I can't see that one. I can only hear that one. I guess that's what I get for talking about Boeing a couple episodes ago. They know I'm recording, so they sending all their planes off. LOL. But yeah, like I say, back to the topic. Unfortunate situation with Tua and the Dolphins. Hopefully they can bounce back, and maybe the concussion situation can get better. Say hey to Coop. Say hey to Coop, everybody, because obviously Coop, he wants to get in every episode. So that's Coop, y'all. Y'all got to see Coop. He put his face in. Now he back to his house, not bothering me. So back to these picks. Let me get through these picks. So this week, who I have winning, I have the Dolphins. Of course, I'm on one. I have the Ravens. I have the Chargers. I have the Saints. I have the Lions. I have the Colts. I have the Jags. I have the 49ers. I have the Seahawks. I have the Jets. I have the Giants. I have the Rams, the Steelers, the Bengals. Of course, I got the Texans. And I have the Eagles winning on Monday Night Football. So, like I say, 0-1 on picks. So now I'm 8-9 overall. Playing everybody. And we back. So now I'm 8-9 with picks. I have a losing record with my picks. Hopefully all of my other picks hit this week. I mean, I got some, all of these teams that I put down are very capable of getting them a win this week. I know I picked two of my division rivals to win a game this week, but Southwest again. This is gonna make me never want to fly Southwest, I promise. Whew. But yeah, I know I picked two of my division foes to win the game this week. But like I always told you, even though I'm biased, I will be fair. I will call a spade of spades. That's spade of spades. I feel like they got a better chance of winning over their opponent. Now, would I love to see my division, everybody in my division win maybe 6 or 7 games while we go 14-3? Of course. But as the season progresses, we have to be realistic. So those are my picks for the NFL this week. Week 2. Well, like I say, 8-9 in picks. We got another flight that wants to make a comment. What you got to say? Man, crazy airspace right now. Keeping packed with the NFL. Earlier this week, Kyle Shanahan was getting. I almost forgot dude's name. I almost said Jim Harbaugh too. Kyle Shanahan was asked questions about C-Mac, and it was revealed late yesterday. C-Mac is going to be put on injured reserve. Earliest he'll be back is going to be week 6, so he's going to miss the 49ers' next 4 games against the Vikings, the Rams, the Patriots, and the Cardinals. Jordan Mason should be able to step in and shoulder that load. Like I say, unfortunate situation with some early injuries to some big names this year, but I think he's gonna be good. They're gonna make sure he's good and rehabbed. And when he comes back, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be a great 1-2 punch for the 49ers. I'm not too worried about their situation. You got another crazy topic this week. Jamar Chase and the Bengals have shut down talks of a long-term deal, getting a deal done during this season. Um, Reports are he feels like they misled him. Basically he feels like he was told one thing and they're not either honoring their side of the deal or they're trying to change it up. Reports are he turned down I think it was 4 years. Come on, Southwest. They sending them boys. I swear they sending them boys. Yeah. So he turned down a 4-year, $140 million deal. Um, so yeah, he turned down the 4-year, $140 million deal, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, that's his fault." Da, 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 da. A lot of times, what people don't understand is with these contracts is the guaranteed money, and if you're getting offered the same contract as your peers, but you're getting offered $40 to $50 million less due at signing, then that becomes a problem. And that's like, okay, y'all are saying that I'm worth the money, but I'm not worth the money. You get what I'm saying? It's, you know, a lot of these players care more about the guaranteed money in the contract than the full on value, because I mean, as we see things happen, teams find a way to breach contracts and things of that nature. So a lot of these dudes, they want that guaranteed money to be in the right realm. And obviously, with the 4-year $140 million deal, it definitely was in that range as far as like length of contract and total money. But it definitely was an issue with that guarantee, that signing number, which was reportedly considerably low than the CD Lambs, the Justin Jefferson. So yeah, Jamar Chase and the Bengals, no more talks of a long-term deal during the season. So look for Jamar Chase to be really locked in. I mean, he's going to give them every reason either not to re-sign him or every reason to regret the fact that they didn't get him at the number that they should have got him at, because he puts together he puts together a all pro offensive player of the year type caliber season. The price is going to go up. So I don't that's the craziest thing with these teams in negotiating. Some are great negotiators, some are bad. Great example is the Brian Burns deal. Supposedly the Panthers will offer like 2 first-round picks for Brian Burns before he played his last season with them to leave. They declined it, and then he ends up leaving for I think a third and a fifth in the offseason, something crazy like that. And that's just how some of these teams' negotiation tactics be crazy, and they don't have any true foresight, some of them. So our GMs get fired. So, yeah, that's the Jamar Chase situation. Money-wise, I don't think I really have anybody else to talk about here on money-wise. Last episode we talked about the Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray incident at the end of the game where Marvin Harrison Jr. was wide open, and like I said, I showed y'all the picture. It's like Kyler Murray in the pocket, standing there looking for somebody to throw it to, and it's like Marvin Harrison Jr. He doesn't have anybody around for like 10 yards, and it was crazy. Kyler Murray comes out and says, it's not his job to get, to feed dudes targets and things of that nature, and Kyler Murray has been making himself look real bad in the media over the past couple of years, especially since he got his contract. It's like the money kind of quote unquote validated him, but it's like the play is not up to par with the arrogance and the ego, which is in a lot of players. You just have to understand that we see things. It's the eye test. This is an eye test. You're supposed to find a dude in blown coverage when the game is on the line, no matter what. I mean, I'm not saying he's your true number one, but in a scenario where the game is on the line, that just goes to show you, like they say, that watching film and things that shows those little nuances. Because similar to what happened to Joe Burrow back in the Super Bowl, and you can characterize it as young. These players are still early in their career. They haven't been in the league, they haven't been in the league 10 plus years. So a lot of, it's a lot of nuances that they're still learning, But at the same, as a quarterbacks usually hit their stride between, year 7 to 10. That's when things really start clicking for them, in the majority stages. And you just look at Kyler Murray, like he just seems like a dude that comes off like very arrogant. Of course, he has a lot of talent, but coming out and saying like it's not your job to feed guys, it's not your job to get guys targets and stuff like that, when the subject matter of the whole issue was that this dude was wide open on blown coverage at the end of the game, and it looked like you had time in the pocket to find him, and you blew it. I mean, y'all blew it. So, like I say, similar situation to Joe Burrow back in the Super Bowl. Jamar Chase busted, on busted coverage with Jalen Ramsey down the field. That's the touchdown. And we having a very different conversation about these young quarterbacks if, he's able to spot that blown coverage. I mean, it's just, I ain't gonna say he throwing Marv under the bus, because they would show him, they showed a play where he kind of dropped the shit out of a ball and shit, and he was wide open, and it made it kind of, oh yeah, see, this is what Kyler Murray was talking. But last play of the game on the line, throw a dude the ball. He wide open. Busted coverage. 6'2", 200 plus pounds. Crazy speed, crazy athleticism. I mean, in that situation, the Cardinals really don't have, big stock, big physical receivers. So, I don't know why that wouldn't have been a course of action for him to go, but hey, it is what it is. That's what he got going. I know I'm kind of jumping over, but I'm kind of trying to stay with the NFL. Hollywood Brown was placed on IR a couple days ago, and he's gonna undergo surgery. So, but looks like Xavier Worthy is gonna come into form early. So, and also they, with them getting rid of Kadarius Toney and bringing back Juju. Chiefs receiving corps been up and down the last couple of years, but they back-to-back Super Bowl champs, so I'm not too worried about them and who they might lose anything. Whenever it's January and they lose, then we'll say something about the Chiefs. But right about now, it don't matter what happens to them. They seem like they're just gonna be that team to beat. So wishing Hollywood Brown a speedy recovery. Cooper Kupp looking like he back to that Triple Crown OPOY form from a couple seasons back. Leading the league in targets at the beginning of week 2 by 9, close to the next people on the list, which is from what I'm seeing, a 4-way tie between Tyreek Hill, Cortland Sutton, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Isaiah Likely with 12. Cooper Kupp has 21. So they also Puka's injury. Let's see. So yeah, with the Puka injury, expect Cooper Kupp to be back heavily featured in this offense like he was, back in like the 2022 season when he had that monster year. And of course Puka going on IR, so he's gonna be required to miss at least the next 4 games. They got a bye week 6, I believe. So think his timetable may that may line up perfectly with him coming back for that week 7 game that they got against at home against the Raiders. So the Rams, I don't think the Rams are gonna be too bad off without him, but he's a big part of the offense now, and with Cooper Kupp looking like he's back in that mode, that Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua tandem in LA is gonna be. It's gonna kind of remind people of that greatest show on turf. That greatest show on turf back in the late '90s, early 2000s. Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce. So I ain't saying I'm a big Rams fan, but I respect players. I guess respect where respect is due. They seem like after that week 1 loss to Detroit, they seem like they definitely are not in a full on rebuild as far as maybe seeing if this might be the year that they maybe go into the draft looking for a quarterback and looking to the future. But at the same time, we'll see when Puka comes back if they maybe if they're like 4-2 or 3-3, they're good. But if they like 2-4 or 1-5, yeah, might be time to hang it up for the Rams. Even if Puka comes back, I don't think they'll be able to right that ship. So Daniel Jones, quote from Daniel Jones this week. Yeah, I know I've given Daniel Jones some high praise on this channel. Daniel Jones quoted saying, "Can't wait to get to Sunday. Can't wait to play well and win the game." Like I say, I did pick the Giants this week versus the Commanders. I like Jaden Daniels. I like what Washington did as far as drafting him and making sure that he possibly be in one of the best positions to succeed, with all the other rookies. But I really kind of want this Daniel Jones things to work out. I was one of the people that was like, Daniel Jones at 6? What? What? He's definitely shown that he could be sort of a Josh Allen type player. I think he's I honestly feel like he's more athletic, more quicker, more shiftier than Josh Allen. Josh Allen is just huge. Pause. He has to put it together. I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator. I don't know if it's just what it is, but Daniel Jones had that great season, and you can't write him off and say, well, that was just a fluke. I feel like, even before he had that great season, he definitely showed flashes and had, showed the talent that he exuded that got him to be that top 10 pick back in 2019. So, we're definitely going to see today what ended up happening. Let's see. Rounding up the NFL news. So we're going to talk about this topic, and then we're going to shoehorn that into our next topic. So the Tyreek Hill situation, of course. So as you've seen in my last episode, I had the body cam footage, gave my opinions. It's no place for that in policing. I understand that you guys have a difficult job. It's kind of nerve wracking, scary. You never know what to expect, and things of that nature. But a lot of these situations, they have a lot of control and power over, and they have a lot of authority to be able to maintain control in situations. So it was just a really outrageous situation that it went down like that. And it was reports that the police officer reached out to Tyreek Hill to apologize, and he declined and wants the officer fired. Which, I mean, watch that video and tell me what type of apology from that officer that was the most, egregious against Tyreek Hill. What? Why would I even want? I don't even want to hear you say I'm sorry. I don't want to accept no apology. You know you was wrong. You don't need to think and reflect on this situation to know that you were wrong. You acted ass. You acted out. And then knowing that this dude was a dude that has had multiple complaints, almost 25 years plus, if I'm not mistaken, of complaints and reports of overusing force and things of that nature. It's just crazy. These are the people that we are allowing to patrol our streets and supposed to be protecting and serving. And like I say, this dude got a super ego, just went on a super ego trip this day. I'm like, y'all, I mean, these dudes, body cameras exist. Body cameras have existed for almost a decade now. And it's like, I mean, that just goes to show you, like, imagine the things that we don't see. Imagine the things that happen off, when body cams are not introduced in the situations. These dudes act like this knowing that they're being recorded, knowing that they're being filmed. So imagine how they act. Imagine how this same dude would have acted if this was a dark, a dark countryside of the road. I'm not trying to put that on. I'm not trying to say that that's the type of person he is. I'm just giving people food for thought. Because when you think about it, when you put two and two together, like, this is how this dude will conduct himself, not only knowing that he's been recorded by body cams, not his body cam, other police officers' body cam, but there's civilians, recording him. He's acting all in this manner. Like, that's something. Obviously, that's something that either the department has been letting him get away with, his superiors, or whatever. But it's just sad to see that, that it went that far. And like I said, they were even, like I had said in the last video, and then the reports come out, they were intending to arrest these players and have them miss the game, have them go sit in booking and all of that shit. And it's like, to make a point over a dude, a speeding ticket or a traffic violation, you were gonna put dudes in jail that was just trying to make sure that a situation didn't elevate beyond what it was supposed to elevate. So it's crazy. It was a whole wild situation. Like I say, as more reports come out, I do an episode, I definitely comment on it. But like I say, Tyreek Hill not accepting no apology, calling for that officer's job. And like I say, that officer got a history of overuse of force and excessive force and things of that nature. It's just no place for that in policing. Y'all have to have level heads, great egos. You have to be great people. You have to be great. You have to be a beyond great person to be one of the most, walk around being some of the most hated people and be able to keep your head level and calm. And it's not a lot of people that do that. But unfortunately, just like in the prison systems, their numbers are low, and they're willing to just accept. You want to be a cop, you ain't got no background, you can be a cop. And I mean, I know it's not as shut and dry it is, but as society, that's how we looking at it. You want to be a cop, go ahead, be a cop. As long as you ain't got no background, you pass a few parameters, be a cop. So that's just sad. But like I say, hopefully hopefully everything is going good for I say Tyreek Hill, Calais Campbell, John Smith, all of the people that was involved outside of law enforcement that were affected by that. I just hope that everybody's doing good mentally, and that this is a situation that we use to, like I say, at the forefront of being against police brutality, being against excessive force, being against of overuse of authority, and really use this to kind of, like I say, shoehorn in more change and more, implement of new policies and training. So last topic about with the NFL today that I'm gonna speak on, because we're gonna shoehorn into the next topic. But colleges with the most football active NFL players, as of week one, which was last week, we had Alabama with 61, the 8th straight year with the most active players week one. You got Ohio State with 51. You got Georgia with 45 players. Notre Dame, 41 players. You got Michigan with 40. You got LSU with 39. Penn State with 36. Oklahoma with 33. Washington rounding off that list with 32 players. So, crazy to think you got SEC, you got big those Power 5 schools dominate. Other than Notre Dame, which is independent, but everybody knows what Notre Dame is about, regardless. So, but yeah, those were the colleges that had the most active players. Speaking of Alabama, put a beating on Wisconsin yesterday. I was at work yesterday. I walked in the building. It was 28-10. I probably wasn't even in that building more or less like 10 minutes. Walking out, it's 42-10. And I'm like, and Alabama had the ball again. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, po Wisconsin. But yeah, Alabama is looking to continue that dominant streak under their new coach, Kalen DeBoer. So at the time that I had took this down, when Michigan lost, the longest active win streak had belonged to Arizona, but they got packed out what that was Friday by Kansas State, like 31-9. So I'm pretty sure one of these teams on up under them, you had Missouri that was at 6, Army was at 6, Northern Illinois was at 5, and Ole Miss was at 5. Yeah, so Missouri actually won. So Missouri, I'm guessing is the that's the longest active winning streak as of now. Yeah, they have the longest active winning streak, and they're ranked number 6 as of now. Pretty sure the new polls are gonna come out Monday or Tuesday. They had a close game against Boston College, but they pulled it out, and they got Vanderbilt next week. So Vanderbilt is the one team we can't understand why they're in the SEC, but they're in the SEC. So, Boise State, San Diego State, Colorado State, and Fresno State are to join the Pac-12. Starting July 1st, 2026, we will see these 4 new teams joining the Pac-12. They'll be joining Oregon State and Washington State, which are currently the only 2 teams in the Pac-12. Good to see that. Good to see that the Pac-12 is getting more teams. It was kind of crazy seeing a 2-team conference. But yeah. Colorado, that's what they saying. Mountain, I think, yeah, Colorado State is Mountain West. I believe Boise State is Mountain West too. Maybe all of these are Mountain West. I could be mistaken. I mean, I could look it up, but I don't feel like it right now. I told y'all this is gonna be like a kind of a short and concise episode. Got a lot going on. Just want to get through it. Florida State is the first team ranked in the preseason top 10 to start 0-3. I'm sorry. All three losses being to unranked opponents. They took that high upset against Georgia Tech week 1. Then took a big L to Boston College by 2 possessions the following week. And then they just lost to Memphis this past Saturday. So, poor Florida State. Looks like that CFP issue from last year is kind of rolled over into this year. I mean, them making the CFP this year will have to be one of the most controversial decisions in college football, period, if they do make the CFP starting off 0-3. I don't give a damn if they win their next 9 games unless in those 9 games they beat Alabama, Georgia, and Texas. And I'm talking about back to back to back. I don't see them making the CFP. Crazy, far from grace from being a team that was, considered high in the CFP, considered to be a big, possibly a big contributor in the CFP to get booted because of SEC bias, which, hey, it's understandable. The SEC has garnered the right to get SEC bias. So, yeah, poor fall from grace for Florida State. You had South Alabama putting it on a team. Just look like don't get me wrong, but I guess I'll go look it up. But before I look it up, I'll say like North Louisiana's Tech University, something like that. I was close. Northwestern State. Yeah. So South Alabama beat the shit out of Northwestern State, 87-10. We got Guapo. Let's see what Guapo talking about. Word.
Out of there, bro. Cause of your whole ass listening to your mom and them.
Damn.
Like my shit linked to that phone number too.
Damn. Well, but you live on the podcast.
You remember? Now, big, don't put me live on the podcast. But I can't say I'm finna say this confidential shit about my bank shit.
Oh, all right, bet. Hold up. So, I had started recording that video, and got a phone call. Started talking on the phone, and here we are. We're gonna start with my picks from week 2. I end up going 6-10. Horrible non-improvement from week 1. I was 8-8, then went 6-10 in week 2. I picked the Dolphins, they lost. I picked the Ravens, they lost. I picked the Chargers, they won. I picked the Saints, they won. The Lions lost. The Colts lost. The Jags lost. 49ers lost. The Seahawks won. The Jets won. The Giants took another L. The Rams unfortunately lost. Steelers won. The Bengals unfortunately lost, and a close one to the Chiefs. The Texans won Sunday Night Football. And the Eagles, of course, took that L to the Falcons. The Eagles didn't lose that game. The Falcons won it. So, shout out to them. I just had to throw this at the end of the video because I didn't get to. It was supposed to be segmented, kind of like this, but I kind of kind of went through it. It's explained more in my next episode. But yeah, I'm A Wood. This is From the Hood. I'm out.
Yeah.
I saw.